Good morning, children. Sairam. So, today we are going to continue with the sixth chapter, Living Things and Non Living Things. So, before going into the session, let us start with a small recap, okay, so that we will be able to understand the lesson which is going to proceed. Okay, so let's start with a small recap of whatever we have seen in the part 1 session. Okay, so the first thing is living things move on their own. Living things move on their own. Living things grow. Living things need food and water. So as we have discussed in the previous classes, so living things can move on their own, right? They can grow and they need food and water to live. Yes or no? Yes. So next let us go on to the non-living things. Non-living things do not move on their own. Okay, non-living things do not move on their own, whereas some action must be done to move them from one place to another by any living thing so that they will move. Okay, non-living things do not grow. Non-living things do not grow. Non-living things do not need food and water. So non-living things don't need food and water. Okay. So these are the main points which we've discussed in the last session. So let's go on to today's session. Okay. So let me tell you one thing. So how many of you can live without breathing for 5 minutes? Just hold your nose and your mouth and you can stay for 5 minutes. Can you? No. We cannot live for even 5 minutes without breathing in air. Yes or no? So all living things need air to breathe. Okay? All living things need air to breathe. Living things have special body parts to help in breathing. Living things have special body parts to help in breathing. So what are the body parts which we have for breathing? Okay, the special body part which we have for breathing is our nose, right? With our nose, we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. That is, we take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. So let us see how different living organisms breathe with different body parts. Okay, children? So let's see. We breathe through our nose. We breathe through our nose. Many other animals breathe through their noses. Many other animals breathe through their noses. Fishes breathe through gills. Fishes breathe through gills. So, in fish, we have a special organ that is called as gills, which helps them to breathe underwater. Okay. So, what does fishes breathe through? Fishes breathe through gills. Grasshoppers and cockroaches breathe through air holes in the body. So can you see small insects, they don't have nose, right? Small insects like grasshoppers and cockroaches, do they have nose? Can you see it? No, right? So they are very small, but they need air to live. So they have air holes in their body through which they take in air to breathe. Okay, so grasshoppers and cockroaches breathe through air holes in their bodies. Okay, next we move on to plants. So plants are also living things, right? So can you see any nose or any air holes in them? Can you find in plants? No. But plants are also living things. But how do they breathe? Yes. Plants breathe through small openings in their leaves called stomata. Yes. When you see in a leaf, you cannot see on your naked eye. You have to see under microscope or some lens. You can find small openings on leaves which are called as stomata. So through the stomata, the plants take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. So plants take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. Okay, children? So do non-living things breathe? Yes? No. Non-living things do not breathe. Since non-living things do not have life, they no need to breathe. So they do not breathe to live. Okay? So they are just non-living things and they cannot breathe. Next, living things feel changes around them. Living things feel changes around them. Yes? Okay. So how do you say that all the living things have feelings? Yes, we do have feelings. See here, most of the animals feel changes around them with their sense organs. So if you touch any animal or pat on its back, it just reacts due to the presence of sense organs, right? So most of the animals feel changes around them with their sense organs. Okay, plants do not have sense organs, but they do feel the changes around them. Okay, so in animals you can see the sense organs like eyes, ears, nose, mouth and skin. But whereas in plants you cannot find any sense organs present. Yes or no? Yes. So they do not have sense organs, but they do feel the changes around them. Okay. So he is a scientist, Dr. J.C. Bose. Okay. So he discovered that plants have feelings and they react to music. So he discovered that plants have feelings and they react to music. Okay, so let me show you an example of a plant which reacts when it is being touched. So how many of you know this plant? So it is the touch me not plant. Okay, so you can see it everywhere. Okay, even in our school campus we do have a touch me not plant. Yeah, so when you touch the plant, it just closes its leaves like this. So, do you agree that plants have feelings? Plants have feelings and they react to music. So, since it is a living thing, plants have feelings and they react to music. Now, non-living things do not have feelings. So, non-living things do not have feelings. For example, let us take your toys. So, when you place your toys even in the freezer, okay, it will not have any feelings. Okay, it's just a non-living thing and it has no feelings. So these are some of the examples of non-living thing. So does the crayon have feelings when you break it? Does it cries? No. So if you break a teacup, does it show any feelings? No. Same applies to the dining table and your recliner sofa. So these are non-living things that do not have any feelings. Okay, children? So let's see the next one. Living things produce their young ones. Living things produce their young ones. All living things produce their young ones, and this process of producing young ones is called reproduction. The process of producing young ones is called reproduction. Okay, so all living things produce their young ones, and the process of producing young ones is called reproduction. Okay, all animals either give birth to their young ones or lay eggs. All animals either give birth to their young ones or lay eggs. So first let us see the animals which give birth to their young ones. Okay. Producing young ones means they are giving birth to their young ones. Okay. So there are two ways. First one is giving birth and second one is laying eggs. So first let us see what are the animals that give birth to their young ones. Animals like monkeys, crow, goats, elephant and rabbits, etc. give birth to their young ones. Animals like monkey, goats, elephant and rabbits, etc. give birth to their young ones. Sorry children, crow doesn't give birth to their young ones. Instead it lays egg. Okay, there's a small printing mistake. Okay, so animals like monkey, goats, elephants and rabbits, etc. give birth to their young ones. So can you see this? Dogs have puppies, cat have kittens. So in this way they produce their young ones. Okay, can you see a dog giving birth to its puppies and cat gives birth to the kittens. Okay, so animals like crocodiles, alligator, snakes, fish and insects lays eggs. So animals like birds, crocodiles, alligators, snakes, fish and insects lay eggs. Young ones hatch from these eggs. So can you see a bird laying its egg? Yes. So later this egg hatches and breaks out and young ones come out of these eggs. Okay, living things produce their young ones in the form of laying eggs also, right? Now, most of the animals give birth to their young ones and some of the birds lays eggs to produce their young ones. So how is that plants reproduce? Yes, most plants reproduce through seeds. So let us take a mango fruit. Okay, you are eating the fruit and you are just throwing the seed into the soil. Yes, later 2 or 3 days pass by and what happens? The seed gets dumped into the soil and it develops into baby plants. it grows into baby plants, right? So this is how plants grow into trees, trees produce fruits, fruits has seed, and later the seed falls on the ground and becomes into baby plants again. Okay, so can you see this? It's a tree, it's a mango tree. A mango tree has a mango, and later when we finish eating the mango, we just throw the seed onto the soil, and then it becomes into a mango tree again. This is a cycle which is followed in the reproduction of plants. Okay? Okay, children. So let's have children. So let's see another set of difference between the living and the non-living things in the next session. So until then, revise whatever has been taught in this session and the previous session. Okay? So just have a go through and do your worksheets regularly. Okay? Thank you.